right, well, welcome back. It's Thursday. We are finishing up on lesson 2 in our math book. I'm hoping you all did your homework. As you can see, I have not, so I'm going to do it real quickly with you now. The problem I asked you to do is number 5, and it says Regina is chopping up wood. She has chopped 10 logs so far. If the 10 logs represent 5/8 of all the logs that need to be chopped, how many logs need to be chopped in all? Before I let you go, the day before I told you if there were 10 logs that she's chopped and she's not done, obviously our answer needs to be larger than 10. So we learned that we are going to make for our model 5/8. So hopefully you made your 5/8. So I have my 8 boxes. I needed to shade in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We know that the 5/8 represents 10 logs. So from here to here represents 10 logs. Well, if I have to take these 10 logs and separate them into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes, 10 divided by 5 should be 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Remember, we continue the pattern. If each one of these has 2, the rest of our boxes are 2. How many 2's did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to take 2 times 8, and our answer should be 16. How many logs need to be chopped in all? 16 logs. Circle our final answer. Okay, now I also asked you to do it with KCF, which means keep, change, flip. So we're going to take our 10 logs and we are going to divide it by 5/8. Keep my 10. Change to multiplication. Flip 5/8, 8/5. Oh, how am I going to multiply here? I have to multiply across the top and the bottom. Well, we've learned that 10 is the same as 10/1. 10 times 8 is 80, and 1 times 5 is 5. These answers are not the same. The reason they're not the same is because we have what we call a top-heavy fraction. A top-heavy fraction means our numerator is bigger than our denominator, so we need to solve this. Remember, this is division, so we actually have a problem that says 80 divided by 5. So on our paper, we have to do 80 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8 once. Subtract, got a 3. Bring down my 0. 5 goes into 30 exactly 6 times. So you notice I have the same answer. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more practice. If you would go ahead and turn your page over to S10, please. All right, to give ourselves a little more practice with the process of dividing with fractions and whole numbers, I'm actually going to have you do some problems on this blank space for me on your paper. I'd like for you to go ahead and write problem number 1, and I want you to write 3/9 divided by 5. Okay, now I would like for you to go ahead and solve that using the keep, change, flip method. So go ahead and solve keep, change, flip. I will give you a second to go ahead and do that, and then I will hopefully show you if you got the answer correct. Keep your 3/9. Change to multiplication. Flip. Hopefully you were paying attention yesterday. 5 is the same as 5/1. Please go ahead and write that 1 up there to help us remember, and we're going to flip. If I multiply across the top, I have 3. If I multiply across the bottom, I have 45. So you will notice my answer, my top number, my numerator, is smaller than my denominator, so it's not top heavy, so it's good. But if I look at this, for those of you that know your math facts, some of you are noticing that I could actually give an A+ answer. I could actually reduce this even smaller. I can think of a number that goes into both of these. Kellen, do you know what the number is? It is 3. So I'm going to put a little 3 to help me now. How many times does 3 go into 3? Well, 3 times 1. And how many times does 3 go into 45? That's a little bit tougher. It's actually 3 times 15. So once again, this is my A answer, and this is my A plus answer. So let's put a line, and let's try another problem. This time, I'm going to give you the whole number first, 6, divided by 2/7. Would you please solve that using keep, change, flip? Keep. We're going to keep the 6. So remember, that's 6 over 1. So let's put 6 over 1. Change to multiply. Flip 7 over 2. 6 times 7 is 42. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, looks good so far, but we've got a little bit of a problem. What's the problem with this? Does anybody notice what the problem is? Ella, you're right. What's wrong with it is that it's top heavy. 42 is bigger than 2. So I must do 42 divided by 2. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do 42. And I'm going to divide it by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down my 2. 2 goes into 2 1 time. So 2 times 1 is 2. So I found out my answer is actually 21. Please make sure that you are writing these problems in your math book. Students that are coming to school, I'm going to ask you to show this to me when you're at school. And students that are at home, I'm going to message your parents and ask them if they could send me a picture or let me know that you did those. Okay, so let's do another problem. Problem number 3. The problem I'm going to give you this time is, let's do 4/5 divided by 8. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Oh, how do I flip this? Remember, it's 8 over 1. Flip, like this. 4 times 1 is 4. And 5 times 8 is 40. Good. The top number is smaller than the bottom, so that's good. But some of you are noticing, my mathematicians, that I can actually reduce this or simplify. Simplify means there's a number that can go into 4 and 40. 4 and 40. Does anybody know what the largest number is that goes into 4 and 40? Let's see. Francisco, do you know? It is 4. 4 it is. 4 times what is 4? 4 times 1. 4 times what is 40? 4 times 10. So my simplified answer is 1/10. Okay. All right. So we are actually going to do one more problem on here. Yes, I know I'm squeezing one more problem. It's problem number 4. So go ahead and if you would find a spot. If you don't have a spot up here, find a spot up there. But I need you to do 4 problems for me. Okay. So the last problem we're going to do is we're going to do a whole number 8. And we are going to divide it by 2/3. Okay. Keep. Well, I'm going to keep that 8. Change. Flip. Oh, I need to fix my 8 here, don't I? Because I need to make sure it's 8 over 1 so I can multiply across the top. 8 times 3 is 24. 1 times 2 is 2. So far, so good, except for something is wrong with this. Can somebody tell me what's wrong with this? Lily, you are correct. It is top heavy. 24 is bigger than 2. We can't have our numerator top heavy, so we have to do 24 divided by 2. So I'm going to come over here. Some of you actually know 24 divided by 2 in your head, and if you do, you can write your answer right now. Those of you that don't, let's write down. 2 goes into 2 once. Bring down my 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. So I found out my final answer is 12. Okay, so we're doing a lot of practicing with dividing with fractions. We've been using whole numbers and regular fractions. Tomorrow, we're going to actually start working with fractions divided by fractions. Okay, so make sure that you have these 4 problems written down. Your teachers, for those of you that are in class, might do some more practice with you today on solving some of these on marker boards and on reducing fractions. Otherwise, you have a Google form that I would like for you to fill in when you are typing answers. Hopefully you're listening. If you have an answer that looks like this and you have to type it on your Google form, you would type a 1. You would type this sideways slash and then 15. That's how we will type our answers on our Google form. Obviously, if you have an answer like this, you just type the whole number, 1/10. Remember, we would type it like this, a 1 backslash for 1/10. And obviously, a whole number would be like this. If you would ever get to an answer that's going to look like, let's say you got this for an answer, the way you would type that on your Google form is you would do a 3, leave a space, and then do 1/2 like that. Okay, but if you have any problems with that, reach out to your teachers and we will help you. We are not going to start lesson 3. We will wait to do that tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a great Thursday and I will see you on Friday.